Hello again, all this Eatmopie, and we got some patch 5.3 spoilers. And yeah, if you're not interested in seeing some of the PVE, one of the new scenarios, and some of the lore, then no hard feelings. You can turn this off. By the way, that is the Veil, and Garrosh is an asshole. Patch 5.3. Like I said, there's spoilers coming. So, yeah. Anyway, a couple of things have been changed, updated. One thing I noticed that was interesting, Gammon is surrounded by some elite Horde guards outside of the bar he's normally at. He's a buff level 90 with a big-ass axe. And I'm not sure what the backstory is here, but there's all sorts of, I don't know, bad blood happening in the Horde. When you enter the Veil, you'll notice a bunch of things changed. Garrosh is just messing things up, like he does. And Lore Walker Cho, you'll get a little quest that pops up. Lore Walker Cho is waving his hands, and you need to go and talk to him. He has something important to tell you, and this is, yeah, it's about the king and the dwarves, and a little story time coming for you.
Every good story needs a hero. Once upon a time. Moments ago, in fact, a great king sought help from a trio of powerful dwarves, the Council of Three Hammers. The king's scouts had discovered that Zandalari trolls threatened the dwarven capital. Surely, the king thought, if he helped them with their troll problem, they would give him more troops for his campaign against the Horde. But what the king did not realize is that the dwarves did not trust one another. "We cannot help you," said the Bronzebeard dwarf, "for if we turn our back on the Dark Irons, they will defeat the Wildhammer and take over Ironforge." "We cannot help you," said the Wildhammer dwarf, "for if we turn our back on the Dark Irons, they will defeat the Bronzebeard and take over Ironforge." Oh, the king was furious. "If none of you help, then Ironforge will fall under siege." Only one dwarf offered to help the king. "We will lend you our strength," said Moira of the Dark Iron. "We will trust our dwarven brothers, and we will show them what loyalty means." And so, Moira and the High King set out into the snow to save the city, leaving the others to think about their actions. What happens next? I must know.
I must know as well. Anyway, this leads us into the first scenario, the first of the new scenarios. It's called The Blood in the Snow. And obviously it has to do with the king and the dwarves and the Zandalari. But yeah, there's a lot of new scenarios. And check this out. You probably heard about it, heroic scenarios. Yes, and there's a bunch of them. Now, I'm not going to do the heroic version, I'm just going to do the normal version. And this is easy, but there is potential to die. If somebody runs over like a mongoloid and pulls this big pack of trolls, and I'll point it out as I go through, you will die unless you can vanish. But anyway, I'm going to skip ahead because that took an hour for me and it was seconds for you. And here we go. I'm going to shut up because the blood in the snow, there's a little role playing in the beginning, and I love that stuff.
This is where my agents tracked the Zandalari.
Shimmer Ridge. I know it well. The Frostmane trolls breed and plot atop that snow-blown mesa.
I can only imagine what foul business the Zandalari have with them.
We've lost many mountaineers to this freakish storm, or the trolls slithering about in it.
Yes, this weather is not natural.
Aye. I am loath to send my men into that. It reeks of ambush and bloody disaster.
My champions will go. They will see what can be done, and rescue who they can.
If they can stop that storm, I'll lead the Forge Guard to the top myself.
It's heartening to see you here, Moira. You have my thanks.
Indeed. With the aid of your champions, the Dark Irons will put an end to the Zandalari threat in Dunmarrow. We will prove our loyalty to the Council, Ironforge, and the Alliance here today, and with our own blood.
Farewell, Queen Regent.
I'll see you when it's done, King of Stormwind.
I'll see you when it's done, King of Stormwind. I love dwarves. They are the best race in the game. There's just no arguing that. Their only downfall, the only problem at all, is their alliance. But anyway, moving on. The basic idea here is to wipe out the trolls and save your dwarven buddies. It does turn you into a damn dirty human for Alliance or Horde. Well, if you're Alliance, I imagine you can play whatever you are. But as a Horde, you're a damn dirty human. And that's a shame. So anyway, you wipe out the trolls, you save the dwarves. There's really not that much that you have to worry about. This is easy, except for that big group of trolls right there to the north-ish. If anybody even goes remotely close to them, you're all gonna die. They have this like heroic leap ability that does a lot of AoE damage, and you can't get away. You're going to die. So stay away from them, and you're fine. And you're just wiping out the trolls. Yeah, there's really not that much to it. There's not much difficulty, but the storytelling is good. The voice acting is good, and the trolls are cooking dwarves, which didn't there used to be an old joke, a troll joke? It was they like sang a little song like, I killed 2 dwarves in the morning, I killed 2 dwarves at night, I killed 2 dwarves and I killed 2 more and then I feel alright. I don't know if it's still in the game. I haven't played a troll in a very long time, but yeah, that's that heroic leap thing. It wasn't that bad right there for some reason, but it can be. I'm not sure exactly what the mechanic is, but my ass died one time earlier when I had a group pull that huge group. It was bad. And I don't care how badass you are, you're still gonna die. And apparently I didn't care what that dwarf had to say. So we're just moving right along to the next one. Like I said, the voice acting is much better. And these dwarves do say some funny things. I just apparently wasn't that interested in it when I was recording. Now don't get on me too much about my poor DPS. Most people on here, if they copied their characters, they went and bought their free tier 15. You can buy tier 15. I didn't do that on this character. This is just a fresh copy. This is my actual PVE gear that I wear. It's not very good. I'm under a 500 item level still. But yeah. So I imagine this is actually pretty difficult on heroic mode. I haven't had a chance to do the heroic scenarios yet, and I'm going to try some later tonight. So if anybody wants to get on the PTR, I'm gonna be on tonight, and we can play together. I'm on. I have a character on all the freaking servers, but I think I was playing on the US PVE server last because I have my actual name there. Just Eatmopie, no special anything. And I'm playing Horde because I'm feeling Horde right now, even though Garrosh is an asshole.
Kill them monsters! Yeah. I owe you my life. Listen, the storm. We figured out what's making it. That sneaky Zandalari has these ice trolls making blood sacrifices to elemental spirits. There's a cave north of here, across a bridge. If you can slay the elemental within, the storm ought to stop.
Okay. These trolls are doing blood sacrifices to the elemental gods or whatever. Just an elemental. Anyway, there's that big group. Stay away from them. You saw them through the tree there. I tried to highlight it. If you pull them, you will wipe your entire group. Pretty much guaranteed, unless there's a rogue that can get away. You might be able to shadow meld. I don't know. But, yeah, I did actually do it, and people weren't very happy. I thought, you know what? It's a scenario. We can kill all these at the same time. No, you can't. You can't. Maybe if you had a tank and 2 healers. Maybe. But I don't know how the aggro table of these things work. Who knows? A real badass might be able to pull that off, but not me. Anyway, last pull here, and then there is an elemental boss, and you do want to fight him inside of the cave, because he has a knock-up, and you'll see I take a solid hit from it, because I'm not inside the lip of the cave, even though I thought that I was. And yeah, now I'm inside the cave. Yeah, Tank and Spank, he really doesn't do anything of note. He does turn somebody into an ice block, but I think we'd have too much damage. We just have too much DPS, and he dies really quickly. These are regular scenarios. They give out epic loot, or not epic loot, you know, heroic level loot. So it's not that crazy. But anyway, here comes Moira, I don't know, the dwarf lady, and she brought the cavalry, and this is the final boss right here. I'm going to throw some images out, and I'm just going to do some damage. There's a bunch of elite mobs around him that need to die, and he does have a fair amount of health. There's really nothing you have to watch out for, except for these big black purpley void zones, and they really don't do very much damage. You'll see I stand in one, and I do a Fist of Fury just to see if I can, what kind of damage it is. I thought, oh, you know, I've got the glyph, maybe I can parry it. Durr. It's magic, obviously. But, anyway, yeah, I'm going to shut up. You can enjoy.
Zandala will never fall.
Stormwind honors your service to the Alliance. Well fought. I see the Dark Irons are as formidable as ever.
That they are, King Varian. And at the service of the Alliance, I might add.
For that, I'm glad. The Bronzebeards and Wildhammers will regret not having been here to share in your glory.
Better they're grateful for the clansmen spared death on this miserable hillock. We sought to protect and impress, not to shame.
Well, you've done just that. Come, let us return to Ironforge and announce your victory to the Council.
And that's it all. I hope you enjoyed the Blood in the Snow scenario. Patch 5.3 is Eatmopie. I'll see ya.